Ace money the shit. Working that bitch. Ballin' like Swish. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick.
I want to talk to you guys about David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo real quick. Jermall Charlo has accepted the challenge from David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo said he will knock out David Benavidez. So give me your thoughts real quick, the brotherhood. Jermall Charlo letting his nuts hang, letting him know it's Lions only, that Charlo is a dog. And Charlo said he will knock out David Benavidez and he want that fight next. Go ahead, brotherhood, and pass it to Coco and JFL and my brother DJ, and Tank again.
Let me get a little bit of that H money.
Yeah, go ahead, start it off. Go ahead, Kyle. Start off.
Let me start this off. So first and foremost, H Money needs to apologize to Jermall Charlo, and it's no longer Ducks only. Let's get back to Lions only. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, crow only. Take that crow. H.
No, I'm gonna say this. I mean, talk is cheap though, because Charlo said he need to take a vaccine. He got to be under 20. I mean, older than 25, and he made all these excuses. So just because he said that, I don't know what to believe, because he say a lot of shit.
And like I said, if he don't get the vaccine, he ducking. Now what?
He ain't ducking.
Get the vaccine, he ducking, bro. And you better turn 25 quick. I'm gonna think he ducking, bro. It is what it is. He got to meet the requirements.
Nah, Benavidez, the boogeyman. Charlo been running. Charlo watched this fight against Ronald Ellis. Now Charlo think he could beat him. I got money on Benavidez knocking out Charlo. Let's get that clear. Hopefully Charlo staying on his word. Because like I said, he say a lot of shit. Is he going to back it up? Because talk is cheap.
Wait, let Kyle finish, though. I want to hear what he got to say about this.
I just want to say something real quick. To brohood, instead of, I know the restraining situation, that's the word you use for the term, but I like to hear you say, you know what I mean, or Lomachenko has a restricted access to Devin Haney, like something like that.
Restricted access, that sound better than restraining order.
Stream purposes, bro. I'm just saying, trigger words. Yeah, we'll continue, bro.
Yeah, let's stay on this Charlo smoke, because Charlo been making excuses, bro, like Teofimo Lopez. So now he said he gonna fight him. All right, now let me finish. He said he gonna fight him. So now I want to see him move up to 168, because yesterday he was saying I'm a 160 pounder. Now he just seen him fight, so he think he could beat him. Let's see if he really gonna stand on his word, or is it still Ducks only? Ducks only promotions.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with Charlo 100%. He will knock him out. I think Benavidez is too young. He walked like a fucking zombie out of Call of Duty or some shit when he walking up on you, bro. Like, he don't got no head movement. You seen Ellis was putting hands on that boy. Go ahead and let Charlo put hands on you like that early in the fight and see if you don't be looking crazy by the fourth round. Your eye gonna be closed up, nose gonna be busted. Come on, bro. You can't do that with Charlo. He gonna hit you with that bomb like he hit Derevyanchenko with. And it's gonna change the fight.
Bro.
He did, but how many times did he hurt him? Like 5 times?
I just know he couldn't knock him out. That's all I know. His power wasn't. He couldn't finish him off. So
neither was Triple.
He did drop him. He dropped him.
Okay, so him and the Danny Jacobs dropped Derevyanchenko. So
facts. But the thing is this:
they hurt him one time. Charlo hurt him like 5.
But the thing is, Ronald Ellis, he looked good in the beginning. But guess what? The pressure of David Benavidez is too much for anybody. Now, you're talking about Charlo moving up in weight. That'll be the biggest mistake in his life. Now, I kind of resemble this fight. David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo will be like Jermaine Taylor versus Kelly Pavlik. Now, Charlo might have some success like Jermaine Taylor did in the beginning, but Kelly Pavlik knocked out Jermaine Taylor. I got David Benavidez. His pressure will be too much. He will knock out Charlo. He knocked out Ellis. The pressure was too much. So, I mean, I think it's a great fight. I want to see it.
All right, let's keep without H Money. Quick question. Do you think Benavidez get hit too much?
In that Ellis fight, he was getting hit, but he made
Can
his
I
adjustment.
can I
Go
come
ahead,
in on
And
this?
real
Yeah.
quick,
Go let Coco.
I want to be done. I'm just trying to ask you 2 questions. All right, do you think Charlo got enough power to hurt him?
I gotta see at 168 is a different weight class. So I don't think Charlo can knock him out. Charlo could hurt him, but I don't think he could knock him out, bro. I don't think Charlo power is that good where he just I don't think he can knock him out, to be honest. I think Benavidez walks through him.
I think he can hurt.
He might he can hurt him, but can he finish him? He might be able to drop him. I don't think he could finish him.
I like that comparison you did, bro. You said Jermaine Taylor, bro.
Yeah, Jermaine Taylor. Jermall Charlo reminds me of Jermaine Taylor.
Okay, now we know what it takes to put away Jermaine Taylor, man. We know that, and like you say, he came up short. I mean, you see the same way. Now, if Charlo goes up, here's my question though. They say that Benavidez even stated this himself that he has weight issues. But you know how I do with weight issues, right? So my thing is he still made weight. But my thing is, why not make it easier for yourself? Go down and meet up with Charlo. Why wait for Charlo to come up when you can just go down and make it official?
Because it's harder to go down. It's
No,
hard
I'm
for a
saying
fighter
Exactly.
to go
Yeah,
down.
he's already
That's how the
struggling to
Collins
make
makes
weight at
168.
168. Yeah, he already missed
There's no
weight.
reason to
He
go
got
down.
stripped for his belt for missing
So
weight. So yeah,
why not go down, make it easier for yourself? I know the talking points is what it is, and we want Charlo to go up and accomplish a goal by moving up. But I'm not too certain for that right now. I think they both comfortable at the weight classes currently, and the back and forth, it sound pretty, it sound good to me. On, you know what I mean, when it comes to Benavidez, but I'd like to see more effort of Benavidez to say, you know what, I'll go down and meet with Charlo.
now
Make it easier for
he can't go
yourself.
down
Now,
and
He
weight.
after
can't.
that,
He can't.
JFL,
He's already JFL. With all due respect, but he's killing himself just to make the weight now.
What you
JFL,
mean?
Yeah,
can I ask you a
JFL, so
question
you
as
got to
well?
get off that. You got go ahead.
JFL, can I respond to that entire premise real quick, please?
But we know Charlo.
Yeah, go ahead. Let him speak, JFL.
Real
Let him
quick though,
respond. Go ahead.
but
Well, hold up,
I gotta
JFL.
add one more thing.
Let's
Charlo
let you go
one
real
more
quick.
thing.
Okay, we know
add one
Charlo
more thing
what,
to that.
because I want to respond to what you just said, and I want to do it respectfully and thoroughly.
But
But
hold
go
on.
ahead and say what you got to say.
But
We know
JFL,
Charlo
go
what?
ahead, bro. We got to keep it going.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
I had to add one more thing to it though. We know that Canelo came down. So there you go. Now you can go ahead and answer my question, bro.
All right. The reason why we're not seeing David Benavidez make the effort to move down to 160, and the reason why we're not calling for that or interested in that is because the only reason we're talking about this fight between Benavidez is because Jermall Charlo said he would move up to 168. David Benavidez never, ever, ever said he's going to go down to 160 to fight anybody.
And guess what? That would be a shocker for either side to do. So why not do a shock value and come down? Like, bro, it's just
I just answered that.
simple to do.
I just
hey,
responded to that.
Look. Let me say this
I
real
want
quick.
to. I want to say something real quick too. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got to get off that, JFL, because we got to get off of that because ain't no way he moving down to 160. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't be talking about. Well, let me say this. Listen, JFL. He's struggling to make 168. He got stripped for his belt at 168 because he couldn't make weight. You know what I mean? So he gonna be moving up very soon. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you know, there's no way he can move down in weight. All right. So the fight will happen at 168. Go ahead, Coco.
Yeah. First things. Let me just touch on a couple things and then I'll pass it on. Benavidez had to go to Big Bear, cut away from his family. He killed himself in this camp, dedicated himself to make this weight for this last fight. So, and he struggled. Trust me, he did everything within his power to make weight and make he made every conscious effort to to make the weight at 168. So he can't go any further down. His body structure doesn't allow him to anymore. He's already looking like kind of thin without any muscle mass at 168.
I mean,
so no, but let me just move on with that. That's my only point on that. Now I know what you're saying.
We gotta move on from this topic.
So now let me just now I want to
go ahead.
Now I want to
Let's talk about the fight.
I think that Charlo has a heck of a chance to win that fight, and the reason being is because Charlo is in impeccable shape. He's in incredible shape. His boxing is underrated, and he packs power, and he has respectable power. I think he could go in there and box on the inside or the outside with Benavidez and hurt Benavidez. I think Benavidez is a little bit too getting too much praise on the way he comes in. I see a lot of flaws in his. He's very careless in the way he comes. He comes sometimes he's overconfident and he comes with his arms down and very nonchalant and trying to intimidate his opponents with his machismo, and that's not going to work with a crisp puncher like with Charlo. So that's all I wanted to say. I got Charlo for the fight.
For sure. You got Charlo. I got Benavidez. Who you got in that fight, JFL, Charlo or Benavidez? Who gonna win?
I mean, I see it's gonna be a distance fight. I mean, I can't call it at the moment. I think it's gonna be a distance fight. If Charlo moves up, like you said, he has to like carry over everything from his previous weight class. You know what I'm saying? If it's still gonna be there, like you said, it might be a Jermaine Taylor type of situation that could possibly, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still, it's not 50-50 for me. It's more like 60-40, but I gotta put a name on that 60 though. Not yet though.
All right, Brotherhood, who you got? Charlo. Let's go to DJ real quick. DJ, what's good, my brother? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Salute to the chat, salute to the panel. Right now, I'm rocking with Jermall Charlo. The skill pay the bills. You know, I like Benavidez. You know, I think he's promising. You know, I just think he's too young. I think after Jermall schools him, you know, I think if Jermall can perfect that right hand, if he comes into that fight with that right hand perfect, he gonna knock him out. You know, I think that's the only thing he's been lacking. The majority of his fights is that straight right hand and just shooting it and just landing it. That's the only reason he's not getting his knockouts. And he doesn't really sit down a lot. He just boxing most of the time. And Benavidez, he's just going lumber forward, you know, just track forward like he the Sasquatch and walk into a straight right hand. It's going to put him down. You know, but I think Benavidez, he could bounce back after that and just, you know, start taking his boxing more serious, you know. It's just because he made weight for Ellis, you know, and Ellis is a sparring partner for Jermall Charlo also, as he is for Canelo. A lot of people will admit that, you know, and that's really all Ellis is a sparring partner who's gotten a couple wins. And we see now that when he got in his big step-up fights, he's not showing up. I really don't think the Ellis fight was a good fight to judge David Benavidez off of, especially with Benavidez not making weight and losing his titles on the scales. You know, it's to see him getting there with a guy that's always making weight, always coming in great shape is insane to think that he's just going to all of a sudden, you know, be skill ready to beat a guy like that. You know, just to think he's going to walk forward and beat that guy up is insane. That's like thinking somebody was going to do that to Floyd in a sense, not trying to compare Jermall to Floyd, but, you know, it shows every time. If I'm always in shape, you barely in shape, you know, you coming in the weigh-ins looking like a crackhead, damn man, you know, it's going to be a problem for you. You know, not me. All Jermall going to do is put on like 7 pounds, turn that into muscle. You know, he already got the skills. All he's going to do is just keep on working on his skills. That's his main focus. David Benavidez is going to have to be focusing on weight. It's mental. It's going to be all mental. And I favor Jermall in that fight.
Dang. Okay. What about you, my boy, Major Key Boxing? David Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo.
What's going on? It's your boy Major Key Boxing in the building. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
You chill with that, bro.
Nah, you good? Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man. Why
Go.
you always talking, JFL? You just said
Yeah,
you couldn't even
JFL,
give a
chill, bro. We
prediction.
talking about boxing, bro.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
go ahead,
man.
Even
bro.
give a
I'm sorry.
prediction.
You got it. My bad.
Go.
Come on.
Yeah, go. I'm sorry, Major Key Boxing. Yeah,
It's all-
hey, Major Key. David Benavidez versus
I know.
Jermall Charlo.
I got you. I just ran into a little, something in the road. But okay, so nah, I actually think that it's an intriguing fight. I would like to see the fight, but I also see what you have, and it's not just because it's your channel, bro. Because you're not give you the pushback if I felt like that. I feel like Jermall got that very crafty 1-2, but I feel like Benavidez got a chin on him. So that's the whole thing. If he couldn't knock out Derevchenko or what's his name? What the fuck his name? The one right before him. You know what I'm talking about? The other fucking European dude.
Korobov.
Korobov. There we go.
I
So
thought
if he couldn't
Korobov
knock
outboxed him. I thought Korobov won that fight against Charlo.
but
To be honest,
that's my point. But he couldn't knock out either one of them, right? So how do you think that he's going to knock out Benavidez, right? Because he's got a basic. He's got the basics though is like excellent. His basics are excellent. But the thing is, he doesn't have a lot more in the tank, like more in the arsenal than the basics. He's got a very solid basic game. But you got grit and a chin from Benavidez. And I don't think he has the same basics that Jermall Charlo has, if that makes sense to y'all. He doesn't have the basics like solid like Jermall Charlo has, but he can get away with that with taking a couple of shots to land his crisper shots with the hooks. And that's what's dangerous for Charlo because he's already been clipped a couple of times, and we see that. You know what I mean? And I don't think that he can get away from that pressure. And that's where I feel like Benavidez is going to win the fight. You know what I mean? And I do agree though, Jermall Charlo. You probably see a couple rounds go to Charlo at the beginning while David Benavidez is trying to work his way in. But I don't feel like Jermall Charlo is going to be able to keep him away, and I feel like he's going to fold under that pressure. That's what I feel though. That's just my opinion though. You know
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with Major Key Boxing. I think Benavidez has a great jab too, a powerful jab, and he's just relentless. He's constantly coming forward, and we seen Charlo get tired against Derevchenko. Derevchenko had moments in that fight. That was a very close fight, and also Charlo against Korobov, where he struggled in that fight. A lot of people thought Korobov beat Charlo, so it's a dangerous fight. You know, I want to watch it. Everybody's talking about it. Benavidez is calling everybody out, bro. And he chose Charlo. He called out Charlo. Charlo's supposed to be Lions only. Talking shit, bro. I like the fact that Charlo responded yesterday, because he been trying to avoid him. Charlo got mad at Ellie Setback for asking him about David Benavidez. So now I guess he got some confidence because Benavidez in his last fight against Ronald Ellis, I guess Charlo, he felt like he's seen some flaws. He think he could beat Benavidez now. So let's make it happen. You know what I mean?
Man, Benavidez gonna get the shit beat out of him, bro. Like, you gotta ask yourself,
Charlo
bro.
gotta fight him though. He been making excuses for the whole month, bro. Now he finally say something.
All right, that's all your opinion. I mean, he just ain't this about him accepting the
about time,
about him accepting the fight, but we talking about old stuff. But anyway, I mean,
vaccines and the catch weights and all of that, right?
I hear you, bro.
That was him. He said it. I didn't say that.
I'm trying to talk about the fight.
Catch weight, bro.
Hold on, wait. I'm trying to talk about the fight, not the politics, man. Let's talk about the fight.
Okay.
How much
Charlo was saying? I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
But can I ask a question?
Who's a better body puncher, Benavidez?
Come on, bro. Can I finish? How much punishment you think Benavidez is gonna be able to take, bro? I think we can all agree that he gonna take punishment early in the fight. Yeah, y'all don't think Charlo got explosive enough power to carry up to 168? Like, let's be serious. Anybody questioning his power at this point, you got to be fucking insane. Like
I
he's
am.
gonna hurt.
He could have knocked out Derevyanchenko.
When he
I'm
connect,
questioning his
it's gonna
power
hurt.
right now.
I'm just saying, bro. When it connect, it's gonna hurt Benavidez, and he gonna get to Benavidez because he ain't got no fucking defense or footwork. And Jermall
He do
Charlo
got
showed
defense, bro. It's high guard.
he showed he
He do
got
got a
pretty
good
good
high guard
defense.
defense, bro.
Well, listen, he showed he got pretty good defense versus Derevyanchenko. Like he did more head movement than usual. And look, Benavidez ain't got what it takes to trouble Charlo, bro. All the people that Charlo had trouble with southpaws. That's what he had trouble with. People don't catch on to that. Korobov was hitting him with that straight left. He a southpaw like Charlo. That's what he had problems with. Trout was hitting him a lot. Trout was hitting him a lot. He a southpaw, bro. That's just what it is.
I can tell you this, yo, brotherhood. Let me say one thing, brotherhood. I'm gonna say one point because Charlo has never faced anybody like Benavidez. Where Benavidez, he faced somebody like Charlo and Anthony Durrell. You know what I mean? And destroyed Anthony Durrell. Yes. You know what I mean? Charlo, he's not proven at 168. This will be his first fight in the weight class. 168 is a different animal. Now, Charlo been fighting against bums like a motherfucking Dennis Hogan. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Brandon Adams, but Brandon Adams, he wasn't the top guy. Brandon Adams came up from 154. So Charlo been fighting lower competition at 160. He got outboxed by Korobov. Now, you never seen Charlo against somebody like Benavidez. Benavidez got more power. Benavidez is a better body puncher. Benavidez got a better jab than Charlo. This is a dangerous fight for Charlo. If I'm Charlo, I'm gonna take the fight. I'm just saying.
Hold on, why did Benavidez have a rematch with Ronald Gavril then? If he's so great, why did he have a rematch?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure. It was early in his career. I gotta look into it, but I know he's undefeated. I know he beat that dude. I know that he won that fight.
So it was early in his career. He was too young. He didn't know what was going on.
Why Charlo didn't give?
So now you agree. Now you agree.
You could have said
now
that.
It sound like you agree.
Outbox Charlo, bro. Why Charlo didn't give Korobov a rematch?
It sounds like you agree with Charlo age requirement at this point.
Charlo been in a close fight with Korobov. You didn't say nothing about that. I thought Korobov won that fight.
I just talked about it. I said he had trouble with southpaws. If you watch his fights, that's the only thing he had trouble with. I guess he can't fight. He ain't used to fighting southpaws. It's not something that it's just always something that's gonna make him look.
Benavidez gonna knock out Charlo, bro. No matter what you say, Benavidez knocks out Charlo.
He ain't got no defense
Charlo,
like
bro. He gonna knock Charlo out.
Bro, does Trout or Korobov fight anything like Benavidez? Who you ever know walk down Charlo and not take fucking punishment?
Styles make fights though.
Benavidez gonna take punishment, bro. He gonna get his head knocked left, right, like a fucking.
I like Charlo before I dip out, H-Money. I like Charlo. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can you say it's a 50-50 knockout on both sides?
Nah. Charlo don't have power like that, bro. Charlo, he couldn't knock out Derevyanchenko. Hell nah.
See, now you just lying, bro. Now you just lying.
It's the truth. What am I lying about?
If you gonna question anything, that's gonna be his power.
Wait, what DJ Saddam? What you say, DJ?
He couldn't even knock down.
What you say, Tank?
I said, can I talk on the fight real quick before I really, I don't want to disrespect the panel. I want to go check out that Freddie Pendleton interview, and I wanted to speak on this fight because it's a potential very intriguing fight, but I don't want to be going back and forth. I want to just say my piece and salute to my brother H Money and dip out. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, but I don't want to. Y'all can go ahead and continue after I say my shit. Yeah. So my thoughts on the Charlo versus Benavidez bout is what makes it much more intriguing outside of the build-up because Charlo was the one who initiated it by saying he can move up to 168 and beat Benavidez. Is the styles that both fighters have. The difference between, like let's say a style that Anthony Durrell had versus a style that Jermall Charlo has, and Benavidez is they have very similar styles in terms of the way they approach the fight. They like to uh, stalk their opponents, and that's what makes this fight intriguing. Is because they are what you would call fan-friendly fighters to watch because they go out there to attack their opponents, and that's why I want to see this fight. The matchup is intriguing in that regard, but also like H Money keeps pointing out, it's not a hating thing to say we don't know how the power will translate from 160 to 168. That's something that is yet to be seen. Can he do it versus will he do it are two different things. Can he do it? Quite possibly. You know what I mean? There's nothing that tells us that he can't hit hard. We see him hit hard, but we've also seen him go the distance with fighters who are not 168. And we all know that David Benavidez is a fighter that is bigger than 168. He's making 168 to fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between the two. So it's something that's intriguing to see if and when the fight is made, will Charlo's power transition to 168 and be able to keep Benavidez and his relentless pressure off of him, because Benavidez is not a 1-2 puncher. He's a puncher who can let off flurries, excuse me, or furious flurries, if you will. I've seen him fight, like I said, in LA, and when you watch him live, you can hear every single punch David Benavidez lands throughout the venue. He lands studding shots, and I would like to see how will Charlo respond to that. So these are things that we want to see in this fight, more so than who will knock who out. Is, well, what happens when Benavidez get in there and he has a guy that's hitting him straight down the middle with 1-2s, controlling the spacing of the fight and controlling the distance with his jab, and can hit him right down the middle with a quick, sharp, hard right hand. How hard would that right hand be? How will Jermall Charlo respond when he's getting hit with combination punches? Benavidez is a very quick and fighter when it comes to throwing his hands, and like I said, all of those punches land hard, even if they're landing on the elbows and shoulders. So these are things that we want to see. The adjustments that are going to be made will be the key in the fight. Who can make the adjustments faster? Who can stick to their game plan? And who can adjust their game plan once the other fighter starts to impose his will be the telltales of the fight once the fight gets underhand. The one thing that I will disagree with H Money is that he said nobody can stand up to the pressure of Benavidez. The only fighter that I see that might be able to is Demetrius Andrade, because of his ability to move laterally and change his angles defensively and offensively on the fly, using his feet as his first line of defense. But Charlo doesn't fight like Andrade. So it's going to be interesting to see how he uses his high guard defense and his ability to slip punches versus a guy who can throw a bunch of combination punches accurately in David Benavidez. It has a 50-50 potential. And I'm going for Jermall Charlo because I want to see bigger and better things. I don't think that a loss for Benavidez will hurt him as much as a loss for Charlo would hurt him in terms of the public eyes. Neither fighter will be hurt by a loss, in my opinion, but in the public's eyes, they tend to dismiss the African American, the Black American fighters when they lose one or two fights more so than any other fighter from their nationality. That's just what we see in boxing. And so I think that a loss for him will hurt him more, but I am going for Charlo. With that being said, even though it has 50-50 potential, if I had to lean towards one fighter or the other, I'd probably lean, maybe like 52-48 in favor of Benavidez or 51-49 in favor of Benavidez. only because of the unknown, which is I don't know how Jermall Charlo will transition from 160 to 168, and his punching power and his style will translate against a fighter the size of and the activity of, in terms of his pressure and stalking ability, as David Benavidez.